As part of my review of the 10 years of the Tana Forum on Security in Africa, I interviewed Prof. Noha Bakr. Prof. Noha is an academic as well as a peace and security expert. She also served as a technical committee member of the Tana Forum. Ever listened to her experience of the Tana Forum?
People from different, meeting different people from different African countries. I have to say that it was very eye-opening, and also it enabled me to hear what I used to read about, which is putting your hands on the ground, and also it was very interesting. Also, what I liked was that the topics or the themes that were dealt with were very vital to our continent. You feel the vibes of Pan-Africanism, which is not very strong in North African countries. So when you go to Tana Forum, you feel Pan-Africanism very much. I was fascinated by the young people and the youth engagement in it, and the youth ability to speak their mind. This was very interesting to me. Some activities which you've shared in your document, and also I've moderated one of them, which is in the university, are very interesting. Choosing a figure to represent every time Africa gives an example for people to follow, and gives an idol figure. All this, I have to say, was a good experience when it comes to the content, to what's being said. Maybe sometimes it was too much like lecturing, which I was not very happy with. Sometimes the choice of the moderators was not the best. Moderators play the role of the speakers, so you end up by or saying again what the speakers say. But for me, but these are minor things. Also, what I liked, especially in the last conference, one of them, maybe the last or the one before the last one, when we were talking about climate change, and how the African leaders were very frank and open to the leaders who are, or the ambassadors who were from Europe. This mixture is very important. It allows the North to hear from the South directly, and it allows the South to see their problems and try to solve it from within, not get an external help. So I think this is also one thing that I see very important. What else did I experience?
Can I ask you about leadership? Obviously, the first one was very exciting. For me, it was the first time to see heads of state speaking in such an
Yes.
informal manner. My question is, what can you say you have learned, or what can you say about lessons learned on leadership transition in Africa, not just in the Tana Forum?
You mean in African countries, leadership transition in
African countries, yes. And maybe the Tana Forum itself, yeah.
Well, two things. Unfortunately, African countries, although they've got their independence maybe 60 years, most of them ago, but still we have very good constitutions, but we don't have the mechanisms that allow smooth transition of power in countries. And this makes the transition often not inclusive to everyone, not satisfactory because it's not inclusive. It doesn't include everyone. It's not the decision of everyone. The rotation of power doesn't take the normal procedures often in African countries. All this makes it leads often to instability. This is one thing. When you talk about leadership transition, do you mean the new leadership in Tana Forum?
More than new leadership in Africa in the context of the whole peace and security agenda?
Well, unfortunately, as I shared with you, that unfortunately, we do not know how to do it. We know how to write about it. We know how to we have very good constitutions, most of the African countries, but when it comes to implementation, no, we have serious difficulties. And this is not a political issue only.
Mm,
This is an issue that has to do with our education, our ability to listen to each other, to accept difference, tolerance, acceptance of the other, many things. We were not, our education system, our media, our press, we were not brought into this. So it's not one of the happy stories of African countries, and we're all seeing what's happening now in Sudan, in Nigeria, in Niger, in Gabon, all this. This is how it's done in Africa. And
mm.
unfortunately, when we saw in North Africa the Arab Spring, which turned to be a sandy storm, So this is how we make change in Africa. This is how power rotation happens, unfortunately.
Thank you. The Tana Forum was conceptualized as an African initiative, more a demonstration of Africans solving their own problems. How
Mhm.
do you think the Tana Forum has demonstrated that spirit of African ownership and leadership?
Uh, I wished it was financed by African countries because this gives independence. I don't know. I think that the finance comes from foreign donors. Uh, However, I didn't feel that it affects the quality of trying to find solutions for African countries. Still, I felt that there were independence in the voice said and heard in the Tana Forum. Um, Quite often, the African countries would oppose uh, clearly policies of northern countries. Uh, maybe we see the problem very well. Tara Forum could identify and spot where the problems is, maybe even provide solutions, but often they do not have the capacity or the legitimacy for implementation, or for they are not allowed to assess how the implementation happens. But still, I say that I can say that the Tana Forum has been very vocal about African problems. Another thing is that out of the Tana Forum, often the networking that happens introduces um, uh, I'm not leaders, but introduces the category of people like us to each other, and from there are more African lessons learned that we come back to our countries and implement. So this is how I see Tana Forum helping when it comes to the problems of our also the sense of Pan-Africanism is very one of the things that the Tana Forum empowers through the competition of the articles they do, through the launching of the book, through the figure that they choose every year and they talk about, and they give a sort of a reward or a recognition to. All this gives a sense of not only identity but pride, and this is very important to our continent.
Mhm. If there were a few things to change or to improve on the Tana Forum, if you were to be given your wish list, what would those be?
I would say it would be another thing that's very good about the TANA forum are the concept papers that are written, the assessment that's done after every and sent after every round of the form after when it's finished. These are very well written usually and very analytical. Actually, I learned from them how to write report writing properly also, so it's very good. What I would like to see less of or to change, often the logistics. Uh, they are very hectic, especially from people coming from far away. You travel and often you come to Addis. There is a problem with the visa or people not waiting for you as it should be. So I have to say that the logistics are not always very smooth, especially on the early days. Maybe they improved, but I remember once I went to the hotel and there were no reservation because I don't know why, and they had to shift us to another bus, etc. So maybe this was an exception, but sometimes the logistics. To give you an example, last time I was in Tana Forum, remember when we were together, I was directed to a certain bus. Then I found myself in the VIP area with presidents. So I said, I'm supposed not to be here. And Dr. Suad Shalabi was concerned because where did I vanish? And then people who with guns came and they searched me and then they shifted me to the normal people place. Although I didn't ask to be with the Senegal, I don't know, prime minister or whatever. So logistics, I think, needs maybe more attention, especially for people coming from far away. I would like to see more people um, or more representation based on you cannot have it exactly, but somehow representation that يعني, those who are attending represent the whole continent, or at least there will be quotations. I'd like to see more people from North Africa, from Tunisia, Algeria, and Morocco, uh, because I want them to see and feel the experience I'm going through, which is a very rich experience. Uh, uh, when it comes to the board and the technical committee, we were two Egyptians, one on the board and one on the technical committee. I think from North Africa there should be more diversity. And I don't know how many were in from North Africa on the committee. I feel that there is as if North Africa is one thing and the rest of Africa is another thing. I would like to see more of melting the pot in Tana Forum. Uh, this is what I would like to see maybe differently.
Thanks, Prof. You work with young people at the university. What would be your message of hope for peace and security in Africa, given the state of the continent at the moment?
Uh, I think it's one of our. It's not a message, but maybe I would give a message and to them, and I would give a message to us. To my generation, I think we need to adapt to all this new technology, AI, be able to use them to empower the concepts of peace and security, which will not come without confronting our ills of human rights disrespect or exclusiveness or whatever. So we have a duty to do, our generation. For the new generation, maybe frankly, I think they are luckier than our generation. They are able to travel more, to see and meet each other more. They are given more scholarships than we used to have. So I think that what I would advise them is to seize the opportunity to those who are interested to work on security studies. We need more on security studies. We need more to direct young people more to future studies so that they can work on prevent and on a crisis and deal with it before they happen. Um, this is what I would advise our young people to be patient maybe, but to be also because some quite often they need solutions immediately, and our continent unfortunately do not have the capacity and the financial capacity and the know-how capacity to change immediately. So maybe they need to be tolerant and be responsible because they are the one leading change.
Thank you so much. One last question. What would be your parting comment or quote on the Tana Forum?
United for African Solutions? Maybe.
Yes.
United
Okay.
for African Solutions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Svina.
Thank you. Thank you. So I'll be getting in touch, and then I'll also explain the process going forward so that should you need any of the clips from the video, we'll be able to share with you. But then some of your inputs will also be in the hard copy publication.
Okay. My pleasure.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. And it's a good opportunity to see you.
Yes, after a year.
A
Hope to
year.
see you in October.
I hope to see October. No, I'm not invited to October. What was it's is there
Really?
no, I'm not invited. When is that, or where is that?
It's in Bada. I think it's 13 to 15 October, but I'll check.
Okay. No, but I have also, even if I was invited, I have to go to, Midak in Malta, the
Yeah.
university for diplomats. So I have a sessions there. I'll be there for 3 weeks.
Oh,
So
wow.
although I'll miss Bahr Dar, but I'll enjoy
You'll be
Malta.
in a better place.
No. I would always love to see you and
Yeah.
see everyone around.
No, so we can plan. Hopefully, we'll see each other soon.
Inshallah. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
very much.
much. Okay,
Thank you.
bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.